Hey, what's going on YouTube? In this video, we're going over the upgrades to my Kel-Tec Sub-2000. Coming up. So maybe you already saw the video I did comparing the red dot mounts for the Sub-2000. In this video, we're gonna go over some of the upgrades that I've done internally and externally. And I'm sure if you're here, you already know that the Sub-2000 is a folding 9mm carbine with a 16-inch barrel on it. All right, first things first, obviously, for those of you that think that bullets can pass through cameras, we'll remove the magazine and show that it's clear. YouTube, this is not how to modify your firearm, so please don't demonetize this video. So I guess there's only one way to go through this. It's grand thumb style and go tip to butt. All right, so on the end here, we have a muzzle brake from M-Carbo. I swapped out the sight post for something that's a little bit more high vis. And moving down the rail here, rail covers, I just have like ladder rail covers, top and bottom. And then I have M-Lock covers. I believe these are Ergo. And I've had questions about the hand stop I have on here. This is from Fab Defense. You can grab them on Optics Planet. It's nice and low profile. I didn't want to do like a vertical grip or an angle grip because I wanted to keep it thin and compact. So this is what I opted to go with. Obviously, I decided to go with the Midwest Industries red dot mount. I liked this because it was a little bit slimmer and low profile. In that other video, I had the M-Carbo mount on there. I liked the lockup, and it did seem more reliable on return to zero. I just didn't like how big it was when it was folded. All right, continuing our way back, we have a flip-up sight from M-Carbo. I went with the notch. They do have the peep sight one, but I preferred the notch. It can fold down and out of the way. I also went with the flat trigger from M-Carbo. I did not go with the oversized magazine release. The way it was stock, I don't know if it's still that way, but this was very sharp. It came to like almost a point sticking out. So I took I think I just took the Dremel or something like that. I smoothed it out and then took the soldering iron and stippled it. And that worked for me. I liked that better. I didn't want to spend the money on the magazine release because it added up to several $100s as it was on the accessories I did get. So that was one less thing that I needed to get. This works out for me. I think this is just fine. It's more than adequate. I also changed out the screws and the barrels, whatever you want to call them. The ones that come from the factory in the Sub-2000 are aluminum. These ones are steel, so they're a little bit more reliable. So they do have other parts available for the trigger. I didn't go with the trigger bar. I can't remember if I went with the upgraded barrel or not. Not like barrel, but there's like this round piece that's plastic in the factory one. And I can't remember if I swapped that one out to the metal one or not. I can't remember. But I did swap out the feed ramp in here for a metal polished one. I can't get a camera down in there, but I did swap that out. And moving further back, you can see that I swapped out the charging handle. I went with the 2-finger one. I did get the fatter one, but I think I got the skeletonized one. I didn't get like the recoil reduction one that's just like a solid block. But I did find that fatter one actually caused my fingers to get pinched. So they kind of say to swap it out so that you don't get pinched, but that actually caused me to get pinched, which is weird. And I don't have big or fat hands. I like the 2-finger one, gives me some more real estate to grab a hold of and doesn't stick out too much when it's in the back and locked. And then I guess the last thing that I have in here is the Cherry Lifesaver. It's a little red rubber ring in the back of the buffer. It's supposed to stop I guess the bolt goes all the way back, and it's supposed to be for recoil reduction. And so here's my bag of parts that I removed and swapped out. This is the factory rear sight. We got the factory charging handle. Here's those screws and tubes that I was talking about. These 4 are all aluminum. This one might be steel, but those are the tubes that I changed out, and the frame and the grip. We have the factory trigger that I changed out. I just didn't like the shape of this. It's a bit harsh of a curve, and I like flat triggers more anyway. This piece right here actually goes on the recoil spring. I swapped out for the piece that locks into the charging handle, which was a nice upgrade from M-Carbo. I ordered the charging handle before they made that upgrade, so I had to pay extra to get that piece, but I think that they now come with the charging handle, so this is a piece that you would have to swap out. And then here's that feed ramp. This one is plastic. I changed it out for a polished steel one. And so as far as that barrel looking thing inside the trigger, I can tell you that I did not change it out because I don't see it here in the parts list. But that is another upgraded part that that M-Carbo does offer for the Kel-Tec Sub-2000. Now these are the upgrades that I chose to go with. You could definitely go with more or less depending on what you're trying to accomplish. It did get really expensive really fast, so I didn't go with all of the parts that you definitely could have. You can definitely change out this trigger guard. At the time, it was just one big solid block, and I didn't like how big and bulky it looked, so I opted to stay with the factory lever for folding. Also, I didn't go with all of the internal upgrades. Like I said, I did go with the I liked how slim it was, but I also like the height of it. So when I shoulder it, I don't have to tuck down on it quite as far. Also, with the M-Carbo mount, every time I would flip that over and want to use the red dot, I would prefer to flip my sight down. But with the Midwest Industries mount, I can just see right over the top of it, and I don't need to bother with this. I cannot use the iron sights as it's set up right here. I would have to twist the red dot out of the way, and then I could use the red dot or the iron sights. With the M-Carbo mount, they will co-witness. So those are some of the things to take in consideration. Just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. I really liked how flat it was. I also addressed in the video on the mounts, I pushed the Midwest mount out further. I don't know why I hadn't seen any videos do this before. I pushed it out a little bit further because it's a red dot, so it's unlimited eye relief. Doesn't matter if it's right up close to your eye or pushed out really far. But what that allows me to do is to be able to fold it and not use that stupid paracord in order to tie the charging handle back. You don't have to have the charging handle back in order to fold it. Like, I don't understand why people decided that that was okay, or Midwest Industries. I don't understand that. It could actually go in this slot or this slot and would be able to clear the charging handle. And I can rotate it either way without interfering in anything. So I really do not understand the idea of trying to secure that stupid charging handle with paracord. That's one extra step that you gotta fiddle with in order to unfold it, and just stupid. Stupid idea, stupid design. Like, I just don't understand that. And where I have it mounted out here, I can get a good grip and it doesn't interfere. I can do left or right. It doesn't matter where it's at. I think is better because further back, where Midwest and the other videos that I've seen show you to mount it, you wouldn't be able to get a hold of it with either hand. It would be in the way. So I think that this, another reason why this location is a better place to mount it. So those are the upgrades that I have done to the Sub-2000. In the next video, I want to do somewhat of a comparison to the new Smith & Wesson FPC. So be looking out for that if you're interested. And so if this is your first time here, I am a do-it-yourselfer. I do a variety of do-it-yourself videos, from installing my own solar system to doing things on my Tacoma and doing upgrades to my own firearms. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And until the next project, we will catch you then. See ya.